seminars and participated in workshop on capacity building program and workshop on research methodology in Aligarh, and she highly appreciated for her work. She showed her great concern for the stress faced by students during their study with her work in international and national journals, seminars, international conferences, and many developmental programs or other areas where she developed and made a name for herself. With the aim of sharing knowledge, she is growing herself and she is dedicated to make more contribution in the field of research. So we have a wonderful chief guest today. I would like to call Dr. Ankita Shukla ma'am to deliver her presentation. Please, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for a wonderful introduction. So, shall I start, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Please.
Sure. So now today's our topic is how to write a research paper. In current scenario, a research paper is a part of academic writing where there is a gathering of information from different sources. It is multi-step process. Selection of title is the most important part of research writing. So the title which is interesting should be chosen for the research purpose. All the related information is gathered and the title for research is synthesized. After thorough understanding and developing the title, the primarily outline is made which maintains the logical path for its exploration. After primarily research, proper research work is started with collection of previous sources, which is then organized and important points are noted. Then research paper is written by referring to outlines, notes, articles, journals, and books. The research paper should be well structured, containing core parts like introduction, conclusion, and important additional parts like title. There are keywords. Keywords just like in where you belong, what's your department, and what's your topic, and primarily research paper, what's your key points. So you add in the regarding keywords. So if a uh, uh, research papers are indeed essential tools for advancing knowledge in academic and scientific. So they provide a structured format for researchers to share their discoveries, methodologies, and insights with peers and a wider world. Through research papers, scholars can build upon existing knowledge, challenge prevailing theories, and propose new ideas, thus driving progress and innovation within their respective fields. The rigorous process of peer review ensures the quality and validity of the information presented, enhancing the credibility and reliability of research findings. Overall, research papers play a crucial role in the continuous development and refinement of human understanding across fields. So, one intriguing topic that aligns with my field of study and could make for an engaging research paper is the impact of artificial intelligence on language generation and understanding. Suppose it's our research paper topic, the impact of AI on language generation and understanding. This topic falls within the realm of natural language processing, NLP, and AI, which are areas I am well versed in. It's neither too broad nor too narrow, as it allows for a focused exploration of the advancements, challenges, and ethical implications of AI in processing and generating human language. So, one topic that generally interests me is making, the intricacies of human decision making process influenced by cognitive biases, emotions, social factors fascinate me. And exploring this topic allows for a deep dive into understanding why individuals make the choices they do and how these decisions impact various aspects of life, including business, economics, health, and relationships. So, one topic that generally interests me is the psychology of decision making. the intricacies of human decision-making process, influenced by cognitive biases, emotions, and social factors, fascinate me. So, exploring this topic allows me for a deep dive into understanding why individuals make the choices they do and how these decisions impact various aspects of life, including business, economics, health, and relationships. So, a more focused topic within the realm of social media and mental health could be the role of Instagram in shaping body image perception among adolescents. This narrow focus allows for a more in depth analysis of a specific aspect of social media's impact on mental health, particularly among a vulnerable population. Adolescents, Instagram knows for its visual centric nature and emphasis on curated images has been implicated in influencing body image perceptions and contributing to body dissatisfaction among young users. So, in that case, a more focused topic within the realm of social media and mental health could be the role of Instagram in shaping body image perception among adolescents. This narrowed focus allows for a more in depth analysis of a specific aspect of social media's impact on mental health, particularly among a vulnerable population. Adolescents, Instagram, known for its visual centric nature and emphasis on curated images, has been implicated in body image perceptions and contributing to body dissatisfaction among young users. So, key points of exploration within this topic could include just like examination of influencer culture, investigating the influence of Instagram influencers, celebrities, and models on adolescents, perceptions of beauty ideals and body image. This could involve analyzing the content and messaging promoted by influencers and its impact on adolescents' self perception. Comparative analysis, comparing the effects of viewing and idealized images on Instagram versus other social media platforms on adolescents' body image satisfaction. This could involve conducting empirical studies or literature reviews to identify unique features of Instagram that contribute to its influence on body image. Gender differences, exploring potential gender differences in the way adolescents engage with Instagram and its effects on body image perception. So research suggests that girls may be more susceptible to the negative impact of idealized images on social media compared to boys. But further investigation is needed to understand these differences. And next one is psychological mechanisms. Investigating the psychological mechanisms underlying the relationship between Instagram use and body image perception, such as social comparison, process, internalization of beauty standards, and fear of missing out, protective factors and interventions. Exploring potential protective factors or interventions that may mitigate the negative effects of Instagram on adolescents. Body image and mental well being. This could involve examining strategies for promoting media literacy, positive self esteem, and healthy body image attitudes among adolescents. So, by narrowing the focus on the role of Instagram in shaping body image perception among adolescents, the research becomes more targeted and allows for a detailed examination of specific factors and mechanisms. At play within this context, this focused approach facilitates a more human understanding of the intersection between social media use and mental health outcomes in a specific demographic group. And with that in mind, a unique and original topic within the intersection of social media and mental health could be exploring the effects of TikTok. Uh, right now, TikTok is banned, but everybody know about the TikTok. Exploring the effects of TikTok on adolescent well-being, a mixed methods study. So TikTok, a rapidly growing social media platform known for its short form videos, algorithm driven content, presents a unique landscape for examining its impact on adolescent mental health. So while research on platforms like Instagram and Facebook is awaited, relatively fewer studies are focused specifically on TikTok or any other social media platform that Mixed methods approach, combining quantitative surveys with qualitative interviews or content analysis of this aspect to explore could include. So, content analysis, analyzing the types of content prevalent on TikTok and its potential influence on adolescent well-being. So, this could involve categorizing videos based on themes such as body image, self-esteem, social comparison, humor, and creativity. Administering surveys to adolescents to assess their patterns of this app uses, perceived impact on mental health, self-esteem, body image, and overall well-being. Quantitative data could provide insights into correlations between specific types of content consumption and mental health outcomes. Qualitative interviews. Conducting in depth interviews with adolescents to explore their subjective experiences with uh, any other TikTok or any other example of social media, including how they perceive its influence on their mood, self image, relationships, and overall mental well being. Qualitative data could reveal nuanced insights into the psychological mechanisms underlying its effects. Comparative analysis, comparing the effects of with other social media platforms, Instagram, Snapchat, on adolescent well-being. This could involve identifying unique features and that differentiate it from other platforms and examining how these features impact users' mental health outcomes. So, user interaction and engagement, investigating how features such as algorithm, user interactions, likes, comment, shares, and trends influence adolescents' engagement with the platform and subsequent mental health outcomes. So, protective factors and coping mechanisms, how we are coping things, exploring potential protective factors or coping mechanisms that adolescents employ to mitigate negative effects on their mental health. This could involve identifying strategies for promoting digital literacy, resilience, and positive online behaviors by focusing on a relatively understudied platform in the context of adolescent mental health and employing a mixed methods approach. This study aims to provide a novel contribution to the existing literature and it addresses a gap in research while offering insights into the unique ways in which influences adolescent well-being in the digital age. So, absolutely seeking input from supervisors, colleagues, or mentors is crucial for refining and validating research topic ideas. Their insights can offer valuable perspectives and help ensure the suitability and relevance of the chosen topic for academic research. Here's how discussing the topic ideas with them might unfold. So, presenting the topic. First thing, how can we present the topic? Start by presenting the proposed topic, exploring the effects of TikTok on adolescent well-being. Suppose we take a topic that exploring the effects of Instagram on adolescent well-being. So, highlighting its significance in the context of social media and mental health research. Explain why Snapchat or Instagram presents a unique platform for investigation and discuss the potential research questions and methodologies. So, how can we present that topic? Soliciting feedback. Encourage open discussion and invite feedback from supervisors, colleagues, or mentors. Ask for their thoughts on the novelty and originality of the topic, its relevance to current research trends, and any potential gaps or limitations they identify. Addressing concerns. Be prepared to address any concerns or questions raised by your supervisors or colleagues regarding the feasibility, scope, or ethical considerations of the proposed research. Consider their feedback as constructive criticism and be open to.
Hello, ma'am.
Uh,
Sorry for the interruption.
yes, ma'am. Am
Please,
I audible?
ma'am, please share PPT, ma'am.
Hello.
Ma'am,
Am I audible,
please
madam?
share PPT, ma'am.
I already shared Kartika, madam.
No, no, ma'am. now
ma'am.
you press.
Your PPT is not visible to us. Could you please share it so that we can have a glance through the PPT? Please,
Ma'am, I already
please.
shared their WhatsApp
No, no,
number.
no. Your
And-
screen is not visible to all of us.
Ma'am,
If you
actually,
could share.
Ma'am, I already told that she will share the PPT.
No,
So I already
no,
shared
no.
and she will present PPT.
No, ma'am. Your screen is not visible to us. I mean, you are not presenting your screen to us. Could you please share your screen and show the PPT to us too, so that we can feel comfortable
Okay,
with the
ma'am.
terminology?
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay, I will try to share.
Yeah, ma'am.
Ma'am, please continue with the session. I need a few minutes now.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, sorry.